Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your host, Fawn Nanji, True for Youth, and we're gonna talk about building your kids up. Now, if you really want, the best for your kid, don't wait for the school to give them a curriculum, or don't wait for them to get to kindergarten, first, second, and third grade to start learning about their mythological history or their backstory, because school is going to give them their own mythological stories and backstories according to what the school wants to on their curriculum. They have a bunch of stories. They kind of stay away from them depending on the teacher, but you got Snow White and your Seven Dwarfs, Sleeping Beauty, right? You got all these princess stories and stuff. A lot of times, depending on what culture you are, the stories may not look like your people, which is okay, because kids can still learn a moral of the story and everything. But sometimes, at the same time, when those kids, that are of your culture are turning on the TV, or they're walking down the street, or they're listening to music, they're getting a curriculum. They're getting a program, radio program, TV program. And so they're getting lessons one way or another. So my opinion, the best solution is to start at home with the parents. Just start giving your kids a curriculum, what you believe, what you've decided to believe with your partner, or what you've agreed upon to give them, so that they are enriched and they know who they are and they're confident before they get into school and someone else can get their hands on them. Because a lot of times what happens is, especially if the parents are not on the same page, they'll be going opposite each other. So the guy will say, go right. And the woman is going to look at all the things that can go wrong if the kid goes right. She's going to tell the kids all the pitfalls. Be careful of this, be careful of that. And that could scare the kid away from a really good opportunity. And vice versa. The mom could be trying to really, really do a job, and the other parent, the father, could hate or not be there. And if they're hating and they're on different pages, and the kid's looking like, well, mom's saying this, dad's saying that, then they're going to go to the school, and the school's saying the same thing. So they're going to be reinforced by that curriculum. Quite oftentimes, that leads to children that are not on the same page or not on the path that their parents want them to be, especially if the parents are not on the same page when they have a child. So if you do have a child and you're in a separated home, please do your due diligence to still try to communicate with the other parent the best you can for your child's well-being, or else they will be raised by society. All right, so y'all take care. This was a quick message from your host, Fawn Nanji, for Social Climate. We know we're dealing with a lot of broken homes, so just a bit of advice on. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The borough is Wilkinsburg. We're on the corner of Robinson Boulevard and Laketon Road, and I'm at one of my favorite spots. And this is Perry's Rib Cage. I'm looking around. It's early and there's a lot of traffic going around out there. I hear some trucks or something. They're doing some construction. But anyway, guys, we're gonna talk about family real quick. And I just want to talk about how we perceive family and how we perceive our family. Growing up, I grew up in a two-parent home. So I see my family as my mom, my dad, and my brothers and sisters. Everyone is not blessed with a two-parent home. We have some people that, they're born in, they may only have their mom, they may only have their dad. Maybe they were adopted. Maybe they have foster parents, right? Or someone else taking care of them besides their parents. Well, that's what they consider family. So a lot of times I look at the human, we're almost very similar to computers in a way. Like, once you program us a certain way, it's hard to break us out of that programming. That's where the term, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's where that term comes from. And so how you look at your family is going to eventually affect the family you create. So if you see both of your parents as part of your family, and that's your family, then most likely when you grow up, you're going to want, to find a partner and then have a child and have a family unit. If you grow up in a separated home, then it may be normal for you to feel as if when you have children that you don't need another partner because you grew up in a single parent home, and you know, human tendencies are just to repeat what we're used to and comfortable with. So we have to take a look at that, and don't be afraid to ask your partner, you know, when you're dating, how they grew up, if they had both their parents in their life, or even how they see family. Because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're trying to tell your child that his mom and his dad and the child, that's their family, and you have the other partner saying, you and your dad have your own family, and me and you have a separate family. We don't want that situation, guys. So just please take your time when you're courting your partner to make sure you have the same belief system when it comes to what's a nuclear family, because a lot of issues come from parents fighting over whether the child is theirs because they don't see the other partner as part of the family. Well, y'all take care. Just something for y'all to think about real quick. Y'all have a blessed one.
A person of color. And,
right.
And most of all of these people that done grew up now,
yeah,
in their 40s and 50s, I have fed them. I have taken care of them.
Wow.
And I've got a lot of evidence back of how much they appreciated me.
Right.
They called me dad then, and they call me dad now.
You heard it first. You heard it here first. That's just some local businesses in the community, and he's just keeping it real, because what happens a lot of times with our homes being broken is our kids go around and members of the community that actually care about them end up helping. They're feeding the kids.
Yeah.
They're taking them, helping them to school sometimes, making sure they stay out of trouble. So a lot of people in our community are like extra parents, uncles to these kids.
It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
And when kids, you can look in their eyes, and if you got any kind of heart, and you know for yourself that you have kids and they're well fed. But when you see your neighbor's kids who are hungry, after all, you got people who are taking feed stray cats, stray dogs, but never think about their neighbor who is hungry. Somehow dad or mom messed up somewhere along the month.
Yeah.
And those kids are left hungry. But those same kids have come to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't never say no.
I heard that.
Young or old.
Young or
I
old.
have never said no to someone who's telling me that they're hungry.
So there you go, guys. A lot of times, man, when you're in a community, you can see sometimes that mom and dad are not on the same page. But as community members, even though we have a business, are we supposed to let those kids fail? No. We step in, man, and we do the little things for those kids, man. Here's a little something to eat before you go home. We know you didn't eat.
Because that's our future.
Right. Cause
those kids are our future.
Right.
That's us.
Pay attention.
That's us.
Yeah.
And if we can recognize us,
yeah.
right now,
right.
we're doing something.
And I love my man right here. You heard him. That's Perry. Perry's Rib Shack. He's giving it to you real about how we have to stick together and be family. It takes more than your household to raise a child. Yeah. It takes the village. And so we look at family not only as mom and dad, but we look at family as the people in the community. And so that's what we do in our community, and that's the type of things we talk about on Social Climate. Be blessed, have a good one, and make sure you keep your family first. Tell your loved ones you love them. Y'all have a good one.
Woo, that's powerful. Yes, I love it.
That's right.
You're talking real stuff. I appreciate it so much.
I'm gonna rewind it.